So what was the conversation like on the headset between you and Coach Morris when you're looking at 4th and 26?
We don't have many plays in the playbook for that, honestly. You know, we had a play that we called that we felt like gave us the best chance. We'll switch seams. They were so far off that, you know, somebody was going to have to make a play. And you know, looking back on it, you know, when we were at Clemson, you know, Coach called a play that was a very similar play call. Wasn't 3-by-1, it was 2-by-2, but very similar play call in that situation. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against LSU, had DeAndre Hopkins call it to extend the drive to allow us to kick a field goal to win the game. So something very similar to that. It's always good in that kind of situation, but you know, I'd sit here and lie to you if I said that, you know, I thought it was going to be complete for a first down. It was the best chance we had to either get Courtland or Trey open. And Ben did a heck of a job of just taking a good drop and escaping the pocket, buying some time, letting Trey get down the field. Because, you know, I was, you know, holding on to the ball while somebody gets 26 yards on the field is can be a disaster as an offensive lineman. So I thought Ben did a heck of a job of creating some time and getting it off right before he crossed the line of scrimmage. And Trey made a heck of a play. Guys all over him. Not going to dog the officials in that situation because when you get into 4th and 26, you don't expect to get many calls. The guy was all over him, and Ben made a heck of a throw, and Trey made a heck of a catch, and it was big time, really huge for our team and our program.
Talked about Ben's growth with Chad. You know, the last 3 games have been a marked improvement from the first 4 in terms of just of accuracy. What would you say is the biggest difference in these 3 games compared to the first 4 for Ben?
Honestly, you know, I think it's purely confidence. I think, you know, I mean this in a bad way by no means. I think he's stopped listening to everybody else and just really approached himself as he knows he's a good player, and he just had to get back that confidence. I've said it to our staff. That guy's walking around with a lot of confidence right now. He's demanding a lot out of our offense. Everybody, me included. I mean, demanding. You know, hey coach, what do you want on this? When you call this play, what are you thinking? And you know, when we're having conversations throughout the game on the headset, it's very much like I'm talking to another coach. And he's just like Coach said. He is a guy that is I've said this before. He's a football junkie. He prepares. He watches a ton of film. You know, I think he had actually watched the Tulsa UConn game yesterday before I watched it. You know, that's how crazy he is in terms of watching film and preparing. But I think it's purely confidence and a little bit that the fact that we're taking advantage a little bit more of screens in the perimeter. I mean, we didn't throw a lot of those early in the season, but we've done a good job of just trying to get the ball to Trey or trying to get the ball to Courtland on an easy screen. That I think that kind of inflates that number a little bit higher. But you know, we've still had a couple balls batted down the other night. Pretty sure we had a drop, maybe 2, and he threw a couple away. So, you know, those go unnoticed a lot. Like I said earlier in the year, he was throwing some balls away. We had some drops early on. That was kind of skewing that number, you know, to make it lower. And now that number is skewing a little bit higher because we're throwing a little bit more screens and stuff that is easy completions out of the perimeter.
So early in the season, did you notice some of that outside noise kind of affecting his confidence?
Oh yeah, you know, we got 3 good quarterbacks. I mean, we got Ben and DJ and Rafe, and I think the most popular guy on the team is always the backup quarterback. And you know, for whatever reason, when you're 4-1 and you know everybody, or 3-1, whatever we were at the time, and you know, everybody's want to know about DJ and Rafe and all that kind of stuff. I think that got to him a little bit maybe, but you know, he's a tough kid. He's mentally tough. You know, maybe that was part of it. I don't know, but I really doubt it because, like I said, he's a very confident kid. But And I think that had a lot to do with it, honestly.
When you guys punted back to Cincinnati, just under a minute left in regulation, were you lobbying Coach Morris at all to go for it on 4th down? And how close were you to making that decision?
Well, that's his decision.
Well.
I was trying, because I wanted to go win the game. It was our fault for getting in that situation anyway. The only 3 and out we had was right there, in a crucial part of the game, which we've got to be better in that situation. I probably could have done a better job of communicating what my plan was there with a little bit more than 2 minutes to go, because we still ran the ball on 1st down, and then threw it out to Trey. But we had our 3rd down call. We really, looking back on it, it was the right call, and we had a crucial missed assignment up front. That calls came in to have to go backside on that deal, and in that situation, you can't have a missed assignment. Everybody's got to be on the same page. We've got to play with all 11. We got to go get that 1st down. Period. We can't put Coach in that situation. We can't put Van and the defense in that situation. We've got to make sure we get that 1st down where it's not even close. So, I was definitely lobbying for it, but obviously, looking back on it, hindsight's 20/20, whatever, and they didn't even try to go for it. So if you know that, you definitely punt it. But it was a tough call. That's why Coach gets paid the big bucks. So.
With Jacob Tedora out the last couple of weeks, and then Nick Natur got hurt the other day at Cincinnati, Hayden Howerton goes in at left guard. And on the one hand, he's a true freshman, which you guys always say you don't really want freshmen to have to play on the line. On the other hand, he's already played 3 positions in his first 7 games. Do you and Coach Fry alter or simplify the blocking packages at all when you've got a young guy like that in there?
Nope. He's really good. That kid's really good. We've said it. When Evan graduates, that kid will be a 3-year starter at center. And he has a great chance to be a high draft pick. He's special. He understands it. Came from a great program and studies it. Means something to him. I can't say enough good things about Hayden and how he's done so far as a true freshman. I know I asked him after the game, I said, hey man, did you have fun? He said, Coach, I had a blast. I got to improve on some things. So he's that smart of a kid to know that he's got to improve. But honestly, behind TCU, that was the best defense we've probably played all year. They were huge up front. I don't know if you guys were on the sideline or not, but they were huge up front. And, Hayden was going against a 6'6", 300-pound kid that was a really good player. And, he outweighed Hayden. And Hayden, he battled his butt off and gave us everything he had and did a great job. So, I don't change anything when he's in there. When Fry said, hey, I got to put Hayden in, I had total confidence that he'd get in there and do the right thing and get it done. And he did. Nick got hurt on the 28th play of the game. So we played 60, just under 60 plays without him, and went on the road and won the game. And Nick's been one of our best offensive linemen all year. So to lose him like we did early in the game and to still find a way to win was huge. I think it was big time for our guys, and a lot of credit goes to Hayden for being ready. Coach Fry reminded me all the time, Hayden gets reps at center and a little bit at right guard, and he reps only on Tuesdays for a couple periods left guard, and that's where he played for just under 60 plays. So that says a lot about that kid, I think. Not practicing that position, but one day a week for a couple periods. That's huge.
So this last week we talked about how you wanted to increase depth at offensive line and wide receiver. Just wanted to increase the rotation.
Yeah.
Were you satisfied with how that went this week?
No, I wasn't satisfied. Tyler Page played really good. He got 17 plays. He played 17 snaps, which helped Trey for sure. And that's really only place I was kind of happy we were able to get Trey out of there a little bit. And to be honest with you, I told Steph yesterday when we were watching the film, I didn't even notice that Trey wasn't in there. So that says a lot about Tyler and how he's really worked and got himself in a position where if we need him, he can play. And if you watch how he runs routes and stuff, it's really kind of cool because he's like a mini Trey Quinn. I mean, he watches everything he does from a route running standpoint. And for a kid that played quarterback last year and just started playing receiver, I mean, for a kid to go in a big game like that on the road in front of a huge crowd and not make any mistakes, and really for the coordinator not to even know he was in there 17 snaps was pretty good. But I was very pleased with that. We got to continue to stress Alex and stress KT to be able to help out with Cortland. And we had a couple packages where you know, we knew those guys would be out. I could have done a better job probably of using those, but you know, the way the game presented itself, we could never, as an offense, we had a chance to really, I thought, run away with it. If we could have converted on that 2-minute situation right before the half, gone up 8 points, got the ball to start the second half, could have scored again. That's a 35-20 game early in the third quarter. If that happens and you're able to do a few more things, I think that could have helped us. But the way we kind of just got into a lull there as an offense, just couldn't feel like we could afford to do that because every possession was critical, we felt like, and we had to go get points. So we just got to force ourselves to do that. You know, we got to force ourselves to do that up front a little bit better when we get a little bit more guys healthy. But got to continue to stress that for sure.
When you look at Tulsa, Coach Morris was saying they've switched in the last couple of weeks from predominantly a 4-man line to more odd fronts mixed in and that kind of thing. Did they show you some of those odd fronts last year in the game up at their place?
You know, they did. You know, they're a base 4-down team. They're trying a couple different things out. You know, I expect to get a little bit of both, honestly. I mean, you know, if you look at it from an offensive standpoint, you know, we wouldn't switch middle of the season and go to a power I, you know, and if we did, we would have to revert back to who we are at times. So I think we'll see a little bit of both, which is fine. We've seen our defense throws everything in the book at us and during practice. So we've seen it all. There's nothing they can do that we haven't seen. And so we did see a little bit of it last year, but it'll be interesting to see. Just like every week, man, it's you know, Cincinnati third and medium was a lot of man coverage. We didn't get any man coverage, you know. So teams that whenever we're game planning, they tend to do things a little bit differently when they play us. So it's kind of just on us as coaches to kind of get it figured out during the game and get us in the right calls and be able to be successful with whatever they're giving us.